Hi guys, it's Nina from the Lily and Nina show. So I just wanted to quickly jump on here and share my thoughts on the recent situation involving Chris Harrison, the host of The Bachelor. It's a sad day, if I'm to be honest. I heard the news that Chris Harrison has decided to leave The Bachelor show for good. But this black woman right here talking to you all wants him back on the show. Honestly, I detest this new world we are creating where people apologize, but they're never forgiven, where we refuse to extend a loving arm of correction and forgiveness. We just go about labeling people as bad, as racist, as terrible. We're never ever there to extend an arm of forgiveness, of correction. Quite frankly, if I'm to be honest, nothing Chris Harrison said was incendiary. Nothing. I really couldn't find. I've watched that video over and over again. I'm going to drop the link down in the description below so you can go check it out and share your thoughts as well in the comments. Nothing he said was incendiary. So, this man, let's start from the beginning. Chris Harrison has been the host of The Bachelor show for almost 20 years now, and he's been doing his job, carrying himself with such grace. He's a very, very charismatic man, honestly. He seems to be this father figure for the Bachelor Nation. And if you're part of the Bachelor Nation like I am, then you would know Chris Harrison to be someone who represents that fatherly figure and someone who is always there to guide the contestants, to guide the person who is the bachelor or the bachelorette. He's always there for people. He seems genuine. He seems kind. He seems like he's well put together. So Chris went on this interview on Extra with Rachel Lindsay. And anyone who is part of the Bachelor Nation knows Rachel Lindsay as the first Black bachelorette. She was a bachelorette for season 13. And so she asked him to share his thoughts on what was going on with the young lady, Miss Rachael Kirkconnell. So for the purposes of this video, so there is no confusion, we'll call Rachel Lindsay Rachel L. And then we will call Rachel Kirkconnell Rachel K. So Rachel L asked Chris Harrison to share his own thoughts on what was going on with Rachel K. By the way, Rachel K was a picture basically was dug up from 2018 showing Rachel K at an old South Antebellum party. So Rachel L asked Chris what he thought about the whole situation, especially as a lot of people online wanted to hear from Rachel K. They wanted to hear her defend herself. They wanted an explanation for why she was at this party, which is racist. So people were calling her racist online. People were saying, why go on a show looking for love with a black man on Matt's season? And all sorts. People never give any form of grace online, as we all know. And so Chris did his best to defend her, not necessarily defending her per se, but more like, let's give her grace, let's allow her come out in her own time and talk about what she did. I mean, that was 3 years ago. She was younger and she maybe perhaps ignorant. So I believe the only things he said or did that could have been close to incendiary was firstly saying that Rachel's action wasn't controversial in 2018. He implied it by saying, and I quote, well, Rachel, is it a good look in 2018, to be seen at that party? Or is it not a good look in 2021? And Rachel promptly and rightly answered, it's not a good look ever, ever. I still sincerely do not think Chris was coming from a bad place, if you ask me. I think it's just a bit of misspeak, and that ignorance was just glaring. It's so glaring, honestly. No one should think that attending an antebellum party is ever okay. It's never ever okay. Racist parties in the past doesn't make it okay in the past and in today's world. Okay, so this is it. This is it. No question asked at all. Secondly, he kept on speaking over Rachel Lindsay. He seemed very dismissive of Rachel L. She's a black woman. She has a deep understanding of the history of racism in America and share her experiences as a black woman in this franchise than Rachel Lindsay. I don't think there is anyone better to speak with on this particular situation. But the fact that he kept dismissing her, the fact that his tone was quite rude and insensitive, it just made the interview hard to watch. But other than that, if I am to be honest with everyone listening, nothing he said sounded racist. He's not a racist. So the fact that people keep labeling him online and calling for his cancellation is just honestly sad. Just so sad. I think for me, overall, he's not racist. And I do not think that Rachel Kirkconnell is racist. Absolutely not. I think she attended a racist party without knowing the history behind it. And she shouldn't have received all the hate that she received online. I feel like, when can we truly go from a culture of outright cancellation and spewing hate to that of correction and forgiveness? When? I really want to know when we can go from that culture to a better culture. For Rachel L., all the hate that she's receiving is just completely unwarranted. Can someone explain to me why Rachel L. is getting all this hate online? Why? She only interviewed Chris. She barely interviewed Chris. So why is she getting all that hate? Why? For what reason? For what reason is she getting that hate? So can someone explain to me? Because I would really, really want to know. Yes. Tell me. Tell me, please. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Why? Why is she receiving all the hate she's receiving online? Why? Is it just because she interviewed Chris? Not once on that interview did I hear anything at all that warranted the type of hate she's receiving online, that warranted any hate at all. People sending death threats her way. For what reason? Can someone please tell me? Just for interviewing Chris and asking him questions? Really? Is this where we have gotten to as a society? Wow, it's really sad. As I said earlier in the video, it's a sad day for me. Sad day to see that this is where we've come to. Chris Harrison receiving all the hate he's received in the past, few months. Rachel Lindsay and Rachael Kirkconnell. They do not deserve all of this. I don't believe for one second that Chris or Rachel Kirkconnell are racists. And definitely Rachel Lindsay does not deserve any of the hate coming her way every single day. Any posts that she makes on Instagram, it's quickly filled. The comment section is just quickly filled with all manner of comments and very disgusting comments. So I really want someone to share with me why she's receiving this hate. Because I can't understand it. I don't get it. Well, anyway, I just wanted to give my 2 cents on this situation and just say, at the end of the day, this black woman stands for love, stands for togetherness, stands for forgiveness. So I think what we're doing right now is, it doesn't help the discourse on race. It doesn't help foster a loving environment, especially we're talking about a franchise that is based on dating, finding love. So I don't think it helps foster a very healthy environment where for just let's say simple mistakes, people get fired or people leave their positions. I don't think this bodes well for us as a people. So I hope that you all have taken away something from this, would I call it, my own take on the situation. And if you want to share anything at all, your thoughts, please feel free. Make sure you keep the comment section respectful. Drop your comments and let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think that Chris needs to leave the franchise, that his decision to leave is the correct one, or do you think he needs to remain and continue hosting until such a time when, he feels he needs to retire? Please leave your comments down below. I would really love to, hear differing thoughts on the situation. So yeah, here you go. So for today, just Nina out.